Welcome back to Energyscapes, Ocean and Space. The next document I picked up is probably a little bit more hard to verify, but it is a chronological order of anomalous phenomena from the 40s or 1940s or World War II up until the present. Most of it focuses on up to the end of the 1960s, and then it sort of gets a bit more sporadic after that, and some of it quite controversial too. It's just really a timeline of events, so it goes right back to the 1920s and the so-called Vril Society in Germany, and a lady called Maria Orsic that was supposedly around at the time that designed one of these craft and then disappeared. We can move through later on into the before and during World War II, where there was supposedly reverse or back engineering of some of these craft or their invention. Indeed, you got people like Victor Schauberger, which were around at the time too, that had some knowledge of propellant as propulsion. So it's hard to know fact from fiction in this document, but it's worth having a look at. Then we can go on further on. I'll just take another page, for example. We can go through and look at the National Security Agency and CIA's involvement in some of the declassified memos or documents on how this should be approached, this whole subject, in terms of Congress, the President, and the public. Gets into talking about Eisenhower's involvement and what happened there, and his briefing, and eventually being shut out of the process as well. There's a broader context here internationally of coordinating around the world with other countries that are caught up in similar situations, and how to deal with this whole phenomena and what it entails and what it means for humanity. And then we've got, just pick another page, for example, because there's a whole lot of information in here. We go up to Kennedy, all right, and we talk about even before Kennedy, Operation Paperclip as well. So that's in there. We move further forward, and we've got just towards the end. I'll just pick a couple more because there's a lot of information in here, of course. Right at the end here, right up to, for example, NASA and going to the moon landings, some of the things that were kept quiet there, and even now to the latest thing with Artemis and the Artemis launch and the Artemis program and return to the moon. So yeah, it's take what you want from it. It's neither confirmed nor denied. There's declassified documents in there. There's old photos. There's a bit of speculation, I would say, and maybe some of it's reaching too far in terms of what's actually going on. But it does get you thinking. But without cross-referencing with books that have been published by investigative journalists, you do have to be aware and of what you think and say. So we'll talk soon.